This is your boy Primo back at it again. Had to take the dog outside, a little puppy. You need to get some fresh air. You need to grow up. You're a little crybaby. But anyways, let's see what we got going on. Okay, so yeah, we got the Raiders and the Texans. Texans home team, they won the division. Raiders had the better record. They won the division. Um, but Raiders is Ken KJJ 205. Alabama boy talks a lot of shit, funny as hell. And then we got Steph the Killer. He's the Texans. He's 2K champion and the most recent Psycho, and he's saying that he's better at Madden than he is in 2K. Now KJJ, Ken, he won 2K also a couple cycles ago, or 2K19 I think. Yeah, so he's a good gamer too, and then obviously he won Madden last cycle, so because he's a really good team builder at the time with the league. A lot of lazy users. He was coming in there, cleaning up in free agency and drafts and trades, all kinds of stuff. And he's doing a lot of similar things. This psycho, he got his speed at receivers. He's got good three of them that are really like 95 plus speeders and young. So he got control of them for the entire cycle. He's got Kaepernick. Um, yeah, he's got some stuff to work with. I'm not sure. I don't think they played this year. I'm going to I'm gonna give the nod to the Texans. He plays more safe, conservative, and his defense is maybe a little better. Uh, Ken's offense is great, but I mean he's a run and gun type. Chuck it up, you know, chuck it up, throwing prayers, all that stuff. Zone beaters, seams. He knows all the tricks in this goodie bag. But I'm gonna go with Texans. It should be a good one. Should be a very good one. Let me see. I think Madden has it. I think Madden has Ken beating them by a point. So I'm gonna pick the underdog. I'm gonna go with the Texans, and I think the Texans will take this game. The next game we got Colts and Chiefs. And that's Chiefs being me and Colts being Insano. Me and Insano, we've been playing games for a long time. Madden, MLB back in the day. Um, play with him, Feds, Spectre, OC. We were playing in Madden Wars for a long time. He's a really good player, run heavy, so it's like another variation of Primo Ball, you know. I'd say he's got pretty fast running backs, Taylor and Hines. Nice little dynamic duo. Um, I got Muhammad, another fast back, and I got you know my receivers, with speed. He got some speed too with Campbell but Hill and Hardman's just next level of speed, and it just takes one little break, and those guys are gone. I do think that I should be able to win this matchup, and so I'm gonna go ahead and say I take Insano out. I have also won a man championship in STE last cycle, and Insano's very hit and miss. He's a busy guy, works weird hours. He's just out there hustling in California with the craziness and you know paying 60% taxes or whatever the hell they pay out there. So, but yeah, he's pretty cool. Every now and then he gets all ragey and emo, but For the most part, he's been calm, calm, calm this cycle. Nobody's been crying about him, so that's good. Him and Texans will be battling for this division for many seasons. But yeah, I think I got him this playoffs. Now we got Dolphins and Funk. Again, this is actually the second Dolphins use. We had another one. I think his name was Fish. Yeah, Fish. He did most of the legwork to get this team to the playoffs. But Spectre is pretty solid this Madden. I mean, but before he's always been like a playoff contender and Madden Wars, and I mean, he's not a Super Bowl guy, and that's definitely not a Super Bowl roster. But he plays to win when he can. And Funk, that's my first year playing man with him. He won 2K a few cycles ago, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, so Funk, he's got the competitive bug. He's a champion. He's a pretty good 2K team builder. Um, he's all right in Madden. I mean, he won the division, and his team is rated fourth in the division. And you think about how the Steelers have abilities, the Ravens have abilities, the Browns have abilities, the Bengals really don't have that much. But here he is, division champion. Took out Feds, who were the Ravens, CZO Browns, who was a joke, and Don Corleone Carrot, who were the Steelers. He took them. He took them out. I mean, it was a little. Don made some noise about one of the results of one of his victories because it was a little sim force win when maybe Don thought it should have been a fair sim, but there was too much fuckaroo with their scheduling. They needed to get their acts together. So I'm hoping next year, next season, they all get those games scheduled. It would be very nice to watch those games get played out. But I think Funk will take this for one reason or another. I know Spectre, he might be going out of town, so that's probably gonna be a force if if he doesn't have time to play it. But Funk will be probably beating the Dolphins regardless. But Dolphins. We'll see what happens next season. Fresh slate. Maybe he can make some noise. He's got to deal with the Patriots. He's got to deal with the Bills. He's got a tough division. We got DB Shakers, the Eagles, and we got Stevie J, the Tampa Bay. Stevie J's solid. He's won championships in different leagues over the years. I've been playing with him since MML with MW Saint. That's back to like Man 15, Man 16. I've seen him around. He's active. He don't talk in the chat. He ain't the chatty one. He just handle his business. You hit him up in the DM. You tell him your times. He'll get back to you. He'll tell you your times. It's not too hard to schedule with in the DMs. But the main chat, he ain't about that drama, that jazz. He don't need none of it. So all DMs with the Bucks. And DB Shakers, um, he's pretty good. He has a tough division too, with him, Giants, and the Cowboys making the playoffs. Three from one division. That's always a sign of toughness. And then the fourth team was Wait, who pretty good historically in Madden and in the sim community, and he got bodied up by these boys. So that tells you enough that these Eagles ain't no joke. So I think it's gonna be a close one. It's hard to say. Madden thinks, or my man's got the Bucks taking it by 5. Estimated score 25-30 Bucks. It's a tough one. I played the Bucks this year, and I didn't have that much issue. But styles make make fights, and stylistically, when you look at them, I mean, on offense, Rushing yards is all Bucks. Passing yards is pretty close. Defense, that's what really counts. But total defensive yards, Bucks give up 300 a game. Eagles give up 321. So it's really tough to tell who's gonna win it. Well, Bucks do have more playmakers and abilities. I think Gronk has got it's like a superstar or something like that. So Gronk, Brady, they got enough with that. You know, so it just takes one. They got to make one play a game. You ain't got to make five. Just one nice little double coverage catch. You know. So yeah, I'll go with Bucks too. Lions and nuts on Jorge. I think Jorge is his brother. Um, and then Danny. Danny's the Lions. Danny's a champion from last cycle, so you know he's got hands. He beat KG in the Super Bowl last cycle, so I mean KG's this year's this year's like pick to win it because he got the team and he's made good trades. He got good value for Dak. So I'd say Danny versus Jorge. He's got a very fast cornerback. He's been building up his players. Don't know what he really has to worry about. He's a pretty good player, so should be a good game. But I'm gonna go Danny. I'm gonna go Lions in a close one. And my man agrees. 29-26 Lions. You got Flores and Seafire. Seafire, I've been playing. I played MLB with Seafire back in the day. 2K, Madden, some. Seafire is a. I mean, me and Seafire, we go back. 2K, even Pro Am, all that stuff. We've been playing for a long time. And he's been doing work. He's one of the special players that user the defensive line. You don't run into many defensive lineman users who are perennial playoff or title contenders, but Seafire, he gets it done using the D line. Yeah. He's going against Flores. He's new to STE, but he's really good with running with the best running back in the game. And that's tough to stop. So especially if you a user in the D line, if the guy can run away from you, it's going to be interesting matchups. Seafar's offense is solid. He didn't have too many complaints against him. Some people say that he doesn't mix it up enough, but the footage wasn't enough to warrant any actions from the admin team. But the Giants probably gonna lose this one. I'm probably gonna go with this. I'm probably gonna go with the home team. See if his roster's nice, and as long as he don't get too emo and ragey and decide to just start throwing games away, he should be able to hold on and get it done. He's got a good enough roster. He's playing at home, so he won't have to worry about snow or some BS. It's gonna be a pretty clean game, except for fumbles, stuff like that you can't control. But when you play in a dome, that's like less chances of just like dumb stuff happening, like in rain games or snow games. So yeah, those are my picks for the first round. And as far as the whole entire big picture, I would go ahead and say the Cowboys will represent the NFC, and eliminating myself from picking myself, I will say the Bills are going to represent the AFC, and then you have a showdown of S. Baez and KG, and I will go with S. Baez because if he gets to the Super Bowl, Josh Allen's going to be a superstar, and he's got Slayton that he's potentially spammed out over the course of the year. But that spam rules, we're gonna have to look at that and try to get it to a more objective, because I don't like how subjective it can be. It's very difficult to what's the line of spam. Like how do it's hard to tell. It's hard to determine. And I granted I lean on my admins and I tell them, hey, you guys make the decisions, but I don't even want them to have to make the decision. I want it to where the stats make the decision for them, where there's no black and white. So maybe making a more objective spam rule where there's nothing to even argue about. It's simply maybe a percentage of offense, because Slayton getting almost 3,000 yards is disgusting. And I know you just play the game, and if somebody's going to press you, you're just going to run your streaks and get your touchdowns. But yeah, it's just I don't know. Start mixing up where he's lined up at or something, because he shouldn't be accounting for that much offense. And so you can look at the stats and see what I'm talking about with players. Like, okay, Patrick Mahomes, 46,000, 40 touchdowns, 30 ends. That's reasonable. He probably does something like that in real life with 30 less interceptions. So that's not like crazy. Muhammad, whatever, he's the starter. These are the back is the backup. Receiving, you got Harbin 1,400, Hill 1,400, Kelsey 700, 500. You look at this. That's what no one's gonna say. Oh God, he went crazy. Harbin got more receptions. Yeah, he got tackled more too. And Hill, he's just the fastest guy in the game. He catches streaks more than Hardman. He's got better deep route running. So you look at that. That's what stats are supposed to look like, kind of. And it's mostly just the receivers in this game. I mean, running backs, just running backs. But then you go to, let's see, like the Bills. It's like, what in the shit is this? Why does this one man have 2,300 yards, and then the better player, arguably Diggs, this is like 900? Was no injuries, 28 touchdowns. Like, what is this shit? Like, that's like ass clown shit. That's just disgusting. But it's weird, and it's like, okay, we'll forget about that for now. But like, you can go through, like, I mean, this is like good. There's you got two targets, and two people out there doing work. But this is just gross. That's dumb. And he already had X Factor locked up, so he just sitting on unnecessariness, like, just gross. So he's just spamming this. It would seem like he's spamming just to spam. Like, he's getting more props for holding a record or something, or you want like extra XP if you win wide receiver of the year or some shit. It's gross. He doesn't have to play like that, because I'm sure he's got another receiver with decent amount of speed that could be catching some targets. You know, that's a lot. But I mean, at the same time, if you're on defense, you got to be thinking this knucklehead is just gonna keep throwing to one person, right? So you can just change your defense and double team him. You can shade to him or something like that. You can use the deep safety and cover two man or whatever, and let him check down or something. But I don't know who he's playing that let him go off like that, but not on my watch. Um, yeah. So most people though don't really spam. That's the only like stats you look at. You see Bills like what the hell is this shit? And the only person they actually got a penalty was Raiders, but that was because a league member brought it to our attention, and he was suspended, and then his numbers kind of went back down to realism. He didn't spam as much, so when he didn't play for like 3 games, he stopped his ridiculousness. But I mean, he still got 26 touchdowns in 13 games, and he was on pace to do some ridiculousness. And he's not even the fastest receiver in this team. You got Russ, but he's a rookie. So awards and dev chasing, XP, team building, I get it, whatever. So I will definitely be looking into cleaning up that spam rule, so it's more consistency with punishments. Because yeah, Bills low key spam looks like similar to what the Raiders did. But yeah, that's the only thing when you review this season. You know, you got people who are ultra competitive and team building, and they blurred the lines of playing realistic and just versus just completely doing the meta. You know, it's all about trying to have fun, but I understand there's this competition. But yeah, some people, some people, they go a little too far sometimes. But yeah, I do see Bills and Cowboys meeting up in the Super Bowl, and probably give it to Bills because he is quarterback. If you look at go back, let me just go back to stats real quick. If you look at the league, and you look at quarterbacks, okay, so Cam Newton is gonna go from star to superstar based on his stats because he's got the most passing yards and he's got the fourth most touchdowns. So that's 1 and 4. That's 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So as long as that number is average 4.5 or less, your player will get a dev upgrade. So then you go Stafford probably has the same thing too because he's 2 and 3. Watson would go up too. He's 3 and 1, and then Josh Allen will go up because he's 4 and 1, or he's 3 and 2. He's 4 and 1. So by like these guys are probably going up in dev. Maybe even him at 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he won't go up, but the other ones will actually go up. So you're gonna have some players going up in dev and quarterback, and then the running backs, guys. That's one of those cases like unnecessarily amounts of spam, but there's things I'll be doing, with the league, injuries, stamina, stuff like that to negate the spam. I don't want to micromanage and tell people how to run their offenses, but Geis is now like the second best running back in the league. I will be adjusting a lot. I'm gonna to make the league a little more realistic. That's disgusting. Gurley's a beast again. Good for him. I mean, like this is cool. Like somebody, he picked up a bum off the street with some speed, and he did work with him. So he's going from probably star to superstar. So it's like that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely some stuff we need to clean up. But it's more so of the league, and you guys are cool with it. I'm cool with it. But if people are crying, then I'll tell my amends to look into it, and the amends will make a choice. And if you guys feel like the amends ain't doing their job right, let me know. If you guys feel like somebody else can be an amend, you guys can vote amends in too. We can add more amends. This is our league, and I just oversee and try to make it as best of a league as I can. There's some things that I don't plan on changing. There's some things that I'm willing to change. Talk to your local admin and have them holler at Primo, and we'll see what we can do. End of the day, we all want to have some fun playing Madden, and that's what we're here for. So, with that said, congratulations to all the playoff teams, and have a great season and off season. And let's hope that they patch Madden before we have our draft. All right, guys, be easy.